Hello, friends. Today we have with us Atchuta Rao, who is doing some amazing work. And that is why I'm featuring him in our group, Nonprofit Edge, because I'm very impressed with what he is doing and what he has been able to accomplish. Now, Achuta's belief is every problem is an opportunity to do something better and make a difference. Isn't that just beautiful? Achyuta spent first 20 years of his life in a small village in Khammam district near Padrachalam. He is a self-made man and has educated himself to earn a diploma in engineering. He has supported his mother, brother, and sister from a tender age of 8 when he used to sell idlis made by his mother from 6 to 9 a.m. He then carried lemons to the school to sell to his friends and teachers in lunch break, and later in the evening, he would sell ice cream in front of the village temple. Truly a self made man. Achyuta has established Estah Society for his initiatives to address needs of the underdeserved in small towns and villages. He has been focusing on helping small farmers by doubling their agriculture income through his initiative of 1 acre multi cropping. He has partnered with an organization run by a farmer who has improvised the method of increasing farm productivity. And there are 400 plus farmers that have benefited from this approach. Now, what I read about it really impressed me. Esther Society was started with the primary objective of helping farmers and addressing some of their key challenges. And by now, they have been able to positively impact and benefit over 47 lakh people. And that is since Esther originated. Now, I'm welcoming Achyuta Rao. Achyuta, welcome. And I'm just impressed by what you are doing. And I really want to bring your message to our community so people can see the difference that you are making and the great work you are doing. But I just gave a little bit of brief. I would like you to tell us uh, from your own words as to exactly what you are doing, why you are doing it, what is the reason behind it, why should people be interested, why should people take an interest in Esther. uh, so please.
Hi, Raj. Thank you very much for this opportunity you given, and thanks so much all for the kind words, and uh, and also thank you all the community members uh, to who want to hear my story, and also you can whatever the lessons we can learn together. So that's an objective. When Raj asked, I said okay. Always good to share for encouraging, not to boost myself, but to encourage many others, like whoever is going to those tough times, will how they can be able to solve. So I always tell everyone, it's all started just in my family, and when my father was not able to properly support the family, I had a choice. The choice was I would have gone to everybody asking, telling to the world that I'm a poor person. That was the first choice I had. But I never took that as a first choice. I said, I was looking at, I know that there's a problem at home. So how can I help my mom? How can I help my family? So that's how we began. So at home, since Raju was mentioning about we come from agriculture family, so we had a few plants, a seasonal fruit bearing plants. And mom, I just like to talk before even talk about about me, my mom, how planned she was. And she is uneducated, not gone for the school. She doesn't know how to read and write. But she used to, in spite of all those problems, she used to organize rice for the entire year. She used to organize a cube at home, the whole whatever the food material required for mirchi, dal, rice, millets, pulses, cereals. At the same time, the fruits and vegetables we had plenty, and we used to distribute them. And I always tell, today's the woman, if you see, lots of money we get, but end of the 30th day, we always say that we missing something. So that way, my mom taught me to look at the resources, equip yourself, and plan for the worst. That's a few things she really said. And these things always, and also I one day, my mom used to plan, and we had one Goa tree, and every tree she used to say, uh, for this season we will make this much money, and we used to buy for that festival. From that amount we will buy our regular things. So when she was doing that, I said, Mummy, this year I want this Goa tree amount, I want it. I will love to invest this money into a business. I still remember, I still have at home the first the vessel which I brought is the one we India we make idli, uh, what do you call, pressure. So that one first we bought it. I remember the price was 80 rupees. So with that my business started.
Oh, nice.
Me and my mom used to sit with in the morning and make before 5 6 o'clock, we together we make 6 to 8. I used to sell the idlis, and again while going on the way I'll pick up some forest fruits and sell at my village, all my colleagues and friends in the school. And after that I used to go to, in the evenings we had, since we have come grew up from a cultured family, in our village we had few temples, so in front of the temples I used to sell ice creams. So at the age from morning to evening, I used to earn those days 8 rupees was the labor cost for the entire day when a woman works.
Wow.
And the men, they used to get 12 rupees. But I used to earn at least per day, minimum 8 rupees to 12 rupees per day, going to the school and also doing this part-time business. So that's how I started. So instead of, as Raj rightly said, instead of we look at and looking at our problem, when you're able to solve, I was trying to solve my neighbors' food appetite and trying to help them to get the food in the mornings. I was able to solve my problem. That's how I can say. That's how we should look at. Even recently, also I met a woman. She said, I have a big problem. I told her, can you bring and identify another 30 women who has another bigger than your problem? I am doing with that right now.
Oh, very nice.
So she said, why you're asking? I said, yeah, you bring it. I said, the moment I said, can you solve these problems? And she was giving so many ideas. And if she was able to solve all of them. And after that, I asked, did I solve your problem? No, I am able to solve myself, she said.
Beautiful.
So that is how I always call. We should look at the bird view rather than just looking at the small problem of yourself. For you, it's a big. For the world, it's very small. So I always, whenever you are going through some tough time, all of you go and meet and more tougher than your problem, and you will get good views so that you will be able to solve your problem. That's how I will be able to.
That's
So
wonderful,
that's
Achyuta. That's wonderful. I mean, you are empowering people to do that. That's the best thing. You're empowering them so that they're coming up with their own solutions.
exactly. So that's the thing, Raj. So thank you. So that's how we began, and after that, and there are many things happen, and I was able to meet good people, and God has also intervened in my life, and able to meet mentors, coaches, and I can say a couple of one of the two incidents I would like to say,
Sure,
and
please.
how and I was able to why actually this whole thing has begun. And I always believe he's chosen because uh, I remember one day I was actually selling ice creams in the hot summer, and the I was actually we have a railway bridge, and I was just climbing down, and that time I did not have a chapel to my feet, and that area it was little hot, and I did not find myself that I have a problem. I was just happily walking down, and there is uh, a man, a farmer, I can say. Maybe he's a rich farmer. I never met him, and he was climbing up to the railway station because it's a railway station. He wanted to go catch a train, and he stopped me. I don't know why he stopped. And he actually, I was sweating when I was actually walking. I was sweating. So he took his towel, the white towel, very new towel, I can say that. He just wiped all my sweat, and I had two pockets in my uh, those days. The two sides he put another five rupees,
Oh,
and wrapped. I was to carry a box like this, and here the plastic rope was there. So he wrapped his towel on this plastic one, okay, and he said, "This is for you, and go and buy the chapel." And after that, I never met him. That's the first incident. And whenever I always believe, if I need, and he provides. That's the second incident which I really, and these two connections.
mhm.
And the incident which I wanted to share is after I finished my, and I was able to like finish, as you said, a diploma, but going those time, I will have little time, a little tough time. And somebody in the village came to know, and from our village, every day 5 o'clock, I used to travel in a train. It was a passenger train, 20 minutes journey. And so it's 5 o'clock morning. One gentleman sat in front of me, and he said, "I heard you are going through some tough times. I want you to meet in the evening. Come to my place where I wanted to talk to you." He is well respected, so he's a little rich man. I said, since he called, I said I went there. When I went there, it was a round well and a well, the open well,
Mhm.
and he was around 20. Yeah, and I'm just kid. I'm just in the college. So around same age, around 20 people were surrounded me, and they said these are the words they said. From today, forget all your problems, and we will stand with you, and we will support you from today. I want you to continue your education. And instantly they took 2,000 rupees pocket from their pocket, gave it to me.
Wow.
So that's an incident. It was unexpected. Never asked anybody, never shared my problem, never told anything to anybody. So from these two incidents, I always believe God has a purpose,
Yes.
and He has chosen me, and that's the reason He did all these things for me. So that's the incidents I had, but I can keep on telling a lot of stories. But the same method, I never expected anybody to give it back to me. I started coaching, mentoring, helping people to get the jobs, training them. Lot of stories I can tell.
So, friends, these are life defining moments, life defining. And every one of us have moments like this in our lives. Every one of us. The only thing is how many people actually look into it and understand the meaning of it and then do something with it. Like Achutya, when he had those life defining moments that defined his life, and now mm, coming to a point where he has made what he wanted to make, he is now giving back. He's helping others, he's empowering others because he understood the power of the life defining moments. So I would encourage every one of you to take a look at these life defining moments and see how someone helped you, because no one ever grows alone. No one can grow alone. You always get help from somewhere. Anybody who says that I did it all by myself has a very wrong thinking. We all work together. And that is the reason we made this platform, the Nonprofit Edge, so we can all get together, share our stories, understand from each other. And I'm just amazed at your story as to how you started, the struggle that you had, and the life defining moments you had. So let's move on from here and let's talk about your society now. What you created, what you're doing now, and how is that helping, and how can other people become a part of it? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so thanks, Raj. And today, as you rightly said, I wanted to add on, and we are in the same journey together. I always tell people when the organization which I started, the name called Estah. So this started just because one day I've been sharing all my stories, how I was helping, and how I was able to influence people. I can just like to tell one story. I picked up a rack picker. The way I used to pick up is normally rack picker means, especially in India, nobody sits and have a cup of tea with them. And I used to do that.
Mm,
So when somebody is doing, and I'll sit with them, have a cup of tea with them. So I used to do every day. I know what time he comes. Until I wanted to, then one day I asked after so many days. Before that, I only talked to him about just give him have fun, little fun, have joke, and I listened from him. And after that, one day I asked how much you make money every day. He said 100 rupees. If it's your 100 rupees, then I said, can you? I will give you a little more small another job where you can make little money. He said, why not?
mm,
Same job, I said. You're doing on the roads, and I want the same job, but I want you to do little job. So since he's a rack picker, in India, normally we all see that we eat mango and throw it on the road. Pickles, mango, dry pickles. So I used to ask him seeds, mango seeds. So I said, can you pick up those things and get me? I'll give per bag 100 rupees.
mhm.
He said he's very, very excited because now his business is gone from 1x to 2x.
2x, exactly.
Okay. I said, wow, it's, and he said, yeah, he started. And when I started, he used to pay him every day and take, he did not understand why I'm collecting. I said, then you increase, no problem. Then he, from one bag to two bags, he brought. I used to pay him 200 rupees. Seeing that, I said, do you have some friends? You want to bring them? I said, yeah. He got three friends. I said, three friends, they used to bring three bags, 600 rupees per day I used to give them. And six people used to have a cup of tea.
Oh. Hmm.
Okay. And having joke and talking to them. Okay. And finally, one day I said, after 2 3 months, we got plenty of bags. So I visited person like your friend, who are a rich man, lots of land. Okay. I said, Raj, can you just give me a land? Just I wanted to utilize my friends wanted to do something. I don't know either I'll be able to pay rent, but everything goes good, I will love to do it. Can you do can I do that? I said, Raj is so gracious. So he said, yeah, take it. That's how I took that land. And after that, so I called these guys one day evening for the same cup of tea. So you guys are coming by 5 o'clock, and but now I have another job. I'm going to you have to dig them and put them in the bags. So for everybody, everything again, I'm going to give you 10 rupees or 5 rupees like that.
Mhm.
I paid actually 5 rupees. So they used to make a 5, 10, another 50 rupees. There's a value add for them. So now my guys have improved from 1x to 5x.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I said after that, then everything is they have started. Then every day, half an hour they have to pay, like put a water. I will pay them for 50 rupees per person.
Mhm.
So I did this for 3 months, and we had same joy every day. Have cut jokes, do all those things, and I'll come there. They will also wait for me. Sometimes I'd come, I sort of because I'm also involved in many things. So,
Mhm.
but I used to tell them. So they after the plant started growing. So I met another gentleman who is a plant doctor. I asked him, "Can we do a
Mhm.
grafting?" So we did a grafting, and after another 1.5 month, and each plant I sold it for 300 rupees.
Oh wow. Beautiful.
So 300 into 3,000 plants, I made 9 lakhs. So I have invested from my pocket 1 lakh 50,000.
Mhm.
I took 3 lakhs. Okay.
Mhm.
I took 3 lakhs. But I said, I called again these people. I given the 6 lakhs to them, saying that this is your bonus.
Oh my God. Beautiful.
And now they're all entrepreneurs. So
See.
what happened?
Mhm.
What happened? The identity changed.
Yes. Correct.
So I always say, that's how I was telling when these stories. So after hearing this many stories, so we funded up the name called Estah. What I'm doing, the whole process, what I've done, I just advised them. Same work they're doing, same thing they're doing. I've not changed their strategy, they're not changed the process. Same work they're doing. So what changed? One, I was able to build 1x to 6x this business. Number two, there was a surprise bonus after 6 months. I'm sure it's 1,000 times for them. Correct?
Beautiful.
So it's not that I have not done anything. I've just given wise advice.
Well, that is what most people don't understand.
Yeah.
And you not only empowered them, but made, and as you said, an identity change is what
Yes.
is a must. When a person's identity changes, they are a different person altogether. Their thinking changes, their way of working changes, everything for them changes.
Yes.
That
So
that's beautiful story. I love it. How you empowered them and from where you took them to what. Loved it. Yes.
yeah. So that's very important today. And when I was sharing such stories, many I can share. But today, when they heard the stories, because I had one conference I organized for all the vice chancellors in Bangalore across the. So then one of an IITian guy came. Let's build a process. What you are doing, we can do wonders. But that time I was an employee, so that's where I started ending up. Started a non-profit and searched the name. What I did, this all this process and asking, you just advised, we just mentored, we just coached them, we just given an identity where, see, when the rack picker would have gone for asking for a land, nobody would have given to him.
Right.
He was the rack picker because I did not invest it. Still, is my friend. Just asked him, can you support him? The same way, rack picker would have gone for a doctor asking for a draft. You would have not cared for it. But I just these connections I brought him, and that's how. And I think, and he never would have been continued in this as a rack picker many days, and he never even thought about it. But the one thing I don't want to change the profession of anybody. any passion, whoever come, right? And many times people do that, and that's where I met. I used to, whenever I used to do a part time, create a part time jobs for my rural Indian entrepreneurs. I used to call them associates. So I used to generate an income of 3,000 to 6,000. I met many professionals. I asking them, can you? I have 1x with me. Can you help me to grow 2x? They used to say business studies, canvas, do this, come up this story, come up that story, but they never helped me to become 2x.
Got it.
They never brought another x for me.
Hmm.
In fact, I told many times they wasted my time. I think that's a whole today, whatever we talk about education, I think that is not happening. So that's what I said when I shared all these stories. They all come up this word, the word council, Estah society. We just give advice, we just navigate, we just help them to empower, we just bringing. So that's how we have also created a network called Give Ambassador Network. I'm sure you have, I explained you last time.
Yes, you did.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, this network basically, and when you look at the entire journey, what I did, even in this story, the first story which I told, here they need a legal entity. Example. So legal entities can help only through government place where you can do a government registration. Correct? Any person, it doesn't, it matters in the village or a village if you want to develop, if you want to solve a bigger problem. And we were trying to, in the whole journey, I was trying to see who are the influential people, who are the people who can change the identity, who are the people. So we actually categorize into four categories. That's what God helped me come up with a network name called Give Ambassadors Network.
Hmm.
The first letter, G, any city you take, you have a government offices. Even though we talk about corruption, but still you find one good Samaritan. You'll find somebody who can give information, who find somebody. So those officers, we call them as a light to the cities, light to the village, and we certify them. The second influential person we talk called industry leaders. We
Hmm.
all know, and we all know who controls the entire government and the rest of the world. And we all heard the 2% of businessmen control the entire 98% of the world.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's, yes. So we knowing that, so in every city, every village, you still find a good businessman. Even though we find some people are very corrupted, but we again identify them. And whatever the industry doesn't matter, but he has a heart to serve, and that's we call them light. The third letter in the give called V, volunteer. Today there are many voluntary organizations like associations, networks. If you take our nation, we have religious networks, all kind of religion. I don't mind going to the church, a temple, a mosque, and huge networks. They can really have, and we don't have an issue to work with any kind of network to ensure, because these are people who are actually speaking. They make a decision for that village. That's kind of an influence they have. So these
True.
volunteers. And the last letter, I always tell, I don't know what system got, like whether British system or any other system. From childhood, from age of 5 years till 16 years or 20 years, children will spend more than with the parents. They spend their education system in the schools and colleges, academics, and whatever they get educated, that's an influence. But the sad news is most of the kids doesn't know how to apply their education to
Very true.
them. So I found that as an opportunity. Started involving the academicians, educators, as a knowledge and research partners. If you see any village, if these four people can come together, it makes lots of difference. and it made a lot of difference. That's why this Give Ambassador network we're slowly creating, not only India. Right now, by grace of God, we have 40 nations. And since you all said already you also have a bigger network, I'll invite all of you in this network. If you are a part of a government or industry, we love to interact with you. We love to take your suggestions. We love to certify you. I know that you all the lights of this world and doing wonderful job working to uplift for your own community, and you can really act as mentors and coaches to change the identity of your own people and also to the world. So I request to join all of you for this network. So that's how we began, and we have still continue to. And so these are the first step we do called partnership. I was actually asking Raj, and how do you start? So he said you can even take. And so we identified as a three pillars this organization, or we can say three services. So what the first service which I say is it's a model where any moment you talk, unless you have your team, unless you have disciples, doesn't work. So you have to first, before, that's why I talked about partnerships. Unless we have a team of partners or associates to stand with you, to work with you for your mission, I don't think you can do it alone. That's the first thing we call partnerships. We have a second pillar called planet. Unless you protect your planet, where your agriculture, right now we are focusing on agriculture system, we are
Mhm.
able to save at least 40,000, able to soil health we improve acres of, and also we are able to plant 82 lakh plus plants we planted. And there are many initiatives I would love to talk, but I'm just saying for the time factor. That's the planet saving and helping, giving an awareness of food and energy and water. I think these three elements plays a major role for any humankind. The third factor we called people and people. People also makes lots of, so these three, if they come together, human capital, natural capital, and financial capital, I think we all make a difference. The
I
one who
agree.
manages all three together,
Yeah.
we will. That is how we are actually doing this three pillar model. And so I request all of you, whoever want to join, and to be a knowledge partner, to be a resource partner, to be an implementation partner, or you want to be just adopting some villages and to join. And we are mostly, we want love to invite you and welcome you on board to be a bigger network across the globe. I am not, I am actually not looking at to solve only in India or in a small village. I would love to be bring a change and bring this network and partnerships across the globe. And I'm sure if we can stand together, and what Raj is doing is also, I think he's trying to build the same way, the network coming together to handhold and you uplift each other. I think that is the only way going forward. And these, if not, and we will have to take we have to face like coronas. And one I think the first time the whole humankind stopped running in the rat race.
Yes.
So I think that's a very good demonstration. We all thought if suddenly airplane doesn't work, if suddenly, and it showed it worked, and it will work. I think we are going beyond like what is not necessary for us. I'm sure we have to rethink and reestablish to work together in a collaborated and united way. That's the
Achyuta, that
only thing.
I must say it is beautiful what we just discussed. Your vision that you have brought forth, And as you said very applicably, it is not just in India or the rural India. This is where everybody in the world can learn, because every country has their own problems, every country has their own systems. But the way you have put it forth, anybody can learn from you, from the processes that you have created, and they can take those and implement them. And I highly encourage everyone to go and join uh, Achuta and his team, or at least get advice from them, because they have done it. It has worked. And so, if you have anything like that, any initiative that you want to take on, they are there to help you. So, Achuta, how can they get in touch with you? And also give us your website name. I will put it up on the on our call. But I need you to give us some details so people can definitely be in touch with. And you're changing lives, and you're helping other people change lives. This is the way uh, everybody can be making a difference and changing lives. And yes, that is the reason we have this platform, Nonprofit Edge. And I got your information. I'm going to put it up so people can see it on our talk, and they can definitely reach out to you. But what you are doing is just amazing, and I'm so uh, grateful that I had a chance to actually talk to you, learn from you, and for you to come in and tell all our viewers what you did. This is a lesson everybody can learn as to how a little bit of thinking outside your comfort zone, thinking outside the box, can change everything in your life. And that is, you're right. I created the platform Nonprofit Edge because I believe there is such a need outside, that most of the nonprofits do not have the full resources they need. All of them are struggling in different kinds. And if we can get all the people who are interested under a same platform and talk about different needs, you can learn from each other. And that is the purpose behind it. And we are going to grow, I know that. But what I want to do is, I want to definitely thank you. Thank you for being here today and giving us all these great stories, because people learn from stories, life changing stories. And I definitely hope people will join you and they will get to you. And I wish you the best in your journey, and keep on making a difference in people's lives. And as you grow, I believe you will be able to change entire nations.
Yeah. Thank you, Raj. Actually, you're also doing wonderful job. And one last small initiative, not initiative. I think the whole world is talking. And recently, I came across the word called circular economy. We talk about, and so there is. I think all can. I think that also gives you lots of answers to the many people, and because since if you talk anywhere in a global language, so one of the things which I'm right now also one of the organization which I'm associated called SVR Group, and United SVR Group, there are around 50 brands they have. And I found that was I came now here, and you all can also join and help me. You can visit the website and this group website, and G and this man has a wonderful vision and solve the entire nation problem. But I also want to, and I just came here pro bono. That means I'm not asking any payment, because after I like, as I said, and now I am in this journey. As you have seen me that you are picked up a rack picker, but I've now picked up a rich man. Okay, so he is, but he needs another value, and how I may not be adding, because he's also already a big man, a value add on the finances, but I would love to bring the entire world knowledge to support him, to see he's also trying to solve world big problems. I love to support, and you can visit a different brand from energy, water, and we have electric vehicles. There are many other things they are doing, and anybody who would love to be a part of, and we also have global presence. And you can, I would love to introduce, if before I will talk to all of you in case if you need any partnerships, collaborations, I would love to interact with you. And warm welcome once again. I wanted to really thank you for Raj. What you are doing is a wonderful thing. And as you said, yeah, I think I also always tell the power of stories
Mm-hmm.
will, because who rules the world? One was even the guys who have lots of money, how they made money just because just they are good at telling story. They are
Exactly.
good at putting things together.
Yes.
I think that's what you're doing, bringing stories together to empower, encourage, and to connect. I think that's awesome and wonderful. I congratulate, and I want you to many people to be get benefited through your life, through your network, and through your work what you're doing. And really, thank you very much. Wonderful to have you on call. Thank you
My
very much.
pleasure, Chuta, and I thank you too. Do such a wonderful, wonderful job. Keep doing it, and we will talk soon again. Okay? Take
Sure.
care.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
now.
you very much.
Okay.